Hi dear friends, in this lesson let's practice in our written description of photos at Duolingo English Test. I have several lessons on my channel dedicated to this, but if you're a new viewer, so I think you will just not find them, so we have to refresh from time to time and our skills must be refreshed. And of course you understand that it's a special separate science of writing fast and to the point, which cannot be covered neither in one lesson nor in 5 lessons. It's an art and a skill, but to give you some guidelines and to give you my vision, I think these from 5 to 10 minutes will be sufficient for our purposes. Please remember, my friends, that at the moment I'm completing my very effective video course called DET with flying colors, and there will be from 5 to 7 separate video lessons dedicated to writing about the photo. How to purchase this and how many lessons there are and some testimonials you will find on my websites, all the links I provide to this video. Also, if you have a critical situation and you need urgent assistance, you're welcome to write to me. I can help you as a tutor within sometimes 1 week, 2 weeks, depending on your situation. Sometimes we raise your score by 15 or even 20 points at Duolingo within 2 or 3 weeks. Yes, sometimes we do that. I don't know any other tutor in the world who can do this now with you. Okay, now let's look at this picture. I give you my word, I didn't open it beforehand, just 10 seconds before recording, so that I don't know what to write about, what should we write here, what we shouldn't write, and how, and so on. It makes it more interesting. I hate cliches, patterns, and all that predetermined stuff. So I always tell my students that it doesn't matter what we see, whether it's whether there are several kids there, or whether it's in some spacecraft, or whether it's a forest fire or anything, some hospital. We don't care about what to write, we care about how to write. We are all humans, and you're not linguists, I think, and so you don't know specific terms for all spheres of human activity, whether it's biology or physics or politology and so on and so on. And so that's why we must remember that we can write for a good score about anything using general words. If you don't know a term, you can substitute it with several simple words, or just avoid writing about that term. It's okay. Just remember how you converse in your life with your friends. Of course, if you're a car enthusiast and you open the hood and you look there with your friend, of course you will use some terms. But if you speak about cars in general, you don't use those terms. Or can you communicate with lady about that? Yes, you can. The lady knows those terms? No. Can she sustain a conversation with us? Yes. Because she will substitute some, difficult terms with some simple general words. The same here. I mean, you have 60 seconds. You realize that you forgot it, you don't know some term, let it be. You will either not write about it, or you will write about it with simple words. And believe me, if you don't have spelling mistakes and basic grammar mistakes here, you will be okay. You will get more than 100 points. And it will be more than enough for you to get your overall 115, 120 or something like that. Usually your writing is at the last place, at the lowest score, because the majority of guys, they hate writing because nobody teaches them how to write, especially in our times, in our era of YouTube and those TikToks and something. Nobody loves writing. Everybody loves flipping short videos and plunging into that mental abstraction of a special condition. Okay, let's now proceed to this one. Let's imagine that I'm in your shoes and I see this beauty. Yeah? I will try to produce 2 sentences. So let me lift it. Here, this 1 centimeter, it does not matter much. Yes, so, okay. So that we see this field better. I see obviously 4 kids playing something. I don't know what it is actually, honestly. I don't know what it is. I see some kind of an electronic device here, some timer or something. Some figures, shapes. What else? He's holding, I don't know what, some papers or pieces of plastic. So I will write about it. I will not sit and waste 10 seconds experiencing grief because I don't understand what this is. I don't care about what this is. I see that there are 4 kids. They have squatted down or kneeling down, depending on your vocabulary. Also, there is grass almost everywhere, but here it's a piece of some area, maybe it's sand or concrete, I don't know what it is. Again, I will write about it if I want, and I will get a good score. Usually the most important action is taking place in the center of the picture, in the center, usually. So I will write about it. My first sentence will be dedicated that 4 kids are doing something manually. They're manipulating something here with some objects in the center of the folder. Okay, so let's do that. We will not go deep now into those introductions because it's a separate science, but it's so long and so boring that so I will start short. I don't want to. In this polychromatic image, one can observe blah 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 blah. You know, while you finish writing this, it will be already 10 seconds left. So what will you write? Like the essence of this, you will not write it. So here, comma, 4 kids. Even, you know, if actually there are 5 kids and I didn't notice, it's not a big problem. 4 kids are, you remember I told you, manipulating something. Depending on your level, you can write playing with something, doing something with your hands, manipulating something, touching something, moving something. Yes, let's say manipulating. Manipulating several small. I'm sorry, my friend. Several small, or I want to write minute, if I can, minute objects with their hands, or manually, okay, on the ground. Okay, it's not ideal now because it may seem like their hands are on the ground, but let it be, my friend. Let's imagine that I have 60 seconds, so I don't have to. Never, please, in this case, you feel that you better write that they manipulate several objects with their hands, and maybe you don't write on the ground or something like that. Don't revert here and think about it's okay for 60 seconds this style. Okay, now the second sentence according to its logical importance. Yes, of course, very often there are several ways to interpret it, so for each of you the importance, the relative importance is unique. Yes, so what do you think? What is secondly important here? I don't know. Like the green grass? Maybe not. That there are 3 boys and 1 girl? Maybe yes, but it's so dependent on the level of your language. If you are capable of producing something more specific, then of course write that. For example, that you see that 1 boy is touching something with his fingers, and also this one, while these 2 are only watching. You see, something like that. It's okay. It's okay. You can have like probably or possibly, I guess, what kind of a game this is. Also, of course, it will be, yeah, good, but honestly I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's some children's game, but some children's set. Maybe it's a constructor, maybe it's some, who knows, I don't know what it is. So I will not bother and spend precious seconds thinking about that. I don't care. So you remember also I mentioned about squatting, kneeling. These are good verbs. If you can spell them, then place them in your second sentence. For example, that two of them are squatting while 2 other ones are kneeling on the grass or on the ground. Okay, let's write that because it's important. Like 2 kids, 2 children are squatting. Oh my god, I can are squatting, comma, while 2 others are kneeling. You know, to stand on your knees, are kneeling on the, let's say on the ground, on grass. It doesn't, on the ground, okay, on the asphalt, on the surface, on the concrete, on the. And believe my friends, please, if you write like that, it's superb. You can say that it's too primitive. It's not too primitive. I have seen hundreds of such descriptions, and mostly you come up with some, you know, with 10 mistakes in these words, 5 grammatical mistakes, and then of course you get maximum 80 for this, and of course you say, oh my god, whatever. Here 4 kids are manipulating several minute objects with their hands on the ground. 2 children are squatting while 2 others are kneeling on the ground. Okay, it's perfect. If you cannot write like this, okay, so of course you can say 1 boy, for example, 1 boy is touching. You see, we are just demonstrating our vocabulary with touching something, because I don't know, with his fingers. Again, while, this is a beautiful connector, while, I love it very much, while others are just observing or watching or tracing, or you know, or just looking, or just watching. Look at it. Yes, watching this, or watching. You see, one boy is touching something with his fingers, while others are just watching. Though actually this one is also touching, but who cares, you know, my friends. Okay, so you see, my friends, you can write about anything using general vocabulary. This is the greatest takeaway that I recommend you to have. I'm a strong opponent of cliches, patterns, and everything at the Duolingo English Test. You know, if I wanted to be more, let's say, popular or more mainstream, you know, to have more views and something like some guys do, I would prepare a list of those crappy cliches and templates, but I hate doing that. I know that for Duolingo it doesn't work. It's not IELTS. Even for IELTS it doesn't work, but at least IELTS will forgive you this. Duolingo will punish you for this. It's another kind of a test, at least as I see it. So you have to be able to write something off the top of your head. Okay, my friends, if you need assistance, write to me, please. I always place my email and WhatsApp, Viber, Telegram. Or if you are interested already in my video course, it's beautiful. It will contain 70+ video series. It will be more than sufficient for you for 1 or 2 months to prepare on your own to Duolingo. Also, just maybe in 2 weeks it will be ready. Okay, my friends, I wish you success and see you in our next lesson.